had to play engineer, had to play photographer, had to get everything ready, had the set ready. So we're coming on to you a little bit late. That might be the case sometimes on Wednesdays and Fridays until we maybe break away from here in between clients and get a chance to go over to the studios. But that's all being figured out for you. I want to say good morning. And I know it's probably going to take a little while for some of you to come on because you thought, oh my gosh, is Monica not going to be there for you? Nope. When I make a promise to you, I will always be here for you. But we just had to come on a little bit late. So I'll let you get a chance to come on. And I mentioned about 30 minutes ago that I would see you in about 20 to 30 minutes for a little workout, for a little motivation. Would you like some motivation? Would you like to work out? Would you like to do some weights and some yoga with me? I'd like to know how many of you are at home. I'm hoping you actually have the day off. Maybe the kids are already home from school and off for the summer. Let me know that. Happy Friday to you as well, Carrie. So as you're popping on, let me know if you have an opportunity to go lay out a mat. I've got my mat out. If you're able to grab some weights and if you are able to actually work out with me. So I'm not just working out by myself. Let me know what you're doing here on a Friday as you head into the holiday weekend. It's 7:11 in the morning. We're also going to talk a little nutrition today. I want to help you out when you make those choices as you're maybe entertaining friends and you're putting things out for your Memorial weekend spread. Are you putting a bunch of sugar-laden stuff? Are you looking for healthier choices? And are you putting out those artificial sweeteners? I really want to thank my friend Sherry for passing this particular topic along because she said, you know, I think more and more people need to understand what they need to use. I'd like for you that likes to cook and bake to weigh in on this as well. Good morning, Dana. Happy Friday. Good morning. Linda's already on her treadmill. She said, let's work out on her treadmill. Jillian, Sean, good morning to you. 7:11 in the morning on a Friday, and again, it's the Mobile Monica on Wednesdays and Fridays. It's the Motivation Mobile as we are here in Kirkwood at Jefferson and North Kirkwood Road, and we are bringing you the Real Monica Adams podcast by Invita Health and Wellness. My friends are just actually a couple blocks down at 333 North Kirkwood Road, and I want you to go by and see them for your body, your spirit, your soul. So many things that they can help, not just with the aesthetic aspect of a regular medical spa. They're not your everyday medical spa. They are a medical and a wellness spa. And I love what they're doing and how they're changing lives. Just like we're changing lives together, they are as well. From the aesthetic side, of course, go see Jamie do the beautiful hydrofacials, have the peels done, the microdermabrasion done. You can do all those things, but they also have an opportunity to help you with IV hydration therapy, nutrition aspect. You might want to go to them for the mental health side. They do those ketamine treatments. And then also from a weight loss standpoint, that's one of the reasons we are working out today is to try to get you in the mindset of eating healthier, working out more. If you're struggling though, they do also have some weight loss options, and they told me they're having incredible success with people with regards to weight loss. So it's InvitaHealthAndWellness.com, 333 right here Kirkwood Road in Kirkwood. Go say hi, do a consultation, and if you are really struggling mentally, physically, spiritually, let my friends at Invita Health and Wellness help you. Good morning to Jillian, drinking coffee, working 9:30 to 7:30. Have a great one. No artificial sweeteners in this house, Linda says. Laura, good morning to you as well. It's 7:13. We're heading into a holiday weekend. I love the fact that you're up and at 'em. What are your plans for the weekend? Are you hosting or are you going to a party? I wonder how many of those sport drinks that say they have zero sugar are loaded with artificial sweeteners. Yeah, no kidding. There's a lot of things. The thing, when you do your shopping, you got to read. You've got to read labels. Good morning, Marilyn. Good morning to all of you. As you're going on, tell me, are you working today? Are you already off? If you're off and you're off, I'm really impressed. Our guests are in country, I should say, from Belgium. We've had a good time with them. Hopefully you enjoyed some of the pictures I posted last night. We took them to the Arch, so thank you for the suggestions. We took them over to the Wheel. Beautiful views of St. Louis. It was nice to see the new St. Louis City SC soccer stadium, not just the stadium, but the practice field, seeing all that from high above. So cute to listen to their little 5-year-old. His name is Elliot, and Olivier and Sophie, and just wonderful to hear them and hear his excitement, and you know, seeing through the eyes of a 5-year-old, just so energetic and so lit up. It was a blast. So I want to thank you. Some great suggestions on where we should take them. Some people said, and they're still in town, by the way, so you could probably change my mind on some things that we want to do. We've very limited time between trying to work, trying to do all the hats that I wear. Took a little time off, not much. I want to thank my dear friend Michelle, who said, turn your phone off. Couldn't do that. There's just too much. And when you are your own boss, you get this, that there's some things that are going on behind the scenes but you still have to take care of other aspects of business, right? So for those of you that are entrepreneurs, that are your own business boss, my hat, one of my 9 hats off to you, because I get it. You try to have a little break, but you keep keeping an eye on it. So some great things were done yesterday behind the scenes. Also some great things done when I got home, and just said good night to all of them, went to bed early. I knew I was going to get up and do a little workout with you, so I do want to do that. I just want to know how many of you actually have the opportunity to do that with me this morning, or are you heading off to work? This weekend working, learning my new laptop computer, hopefully to start doing job searches and resumes. There you go. Fantastic. I look for the term unsweetened. Good job, Cheryl. Amy said, my husband and I are surprising our 4-year-old son with his first trip to Six Flags later today. Oh, that's fantastic. Yes, that is wonderful. I thought about Six Flags, but I was like, Maryland's got a family reunion. Love it. Good morning, all of you. It's 7:16. So yeah, the topic today has to do with nutrition, and it also has to do with, we're going to work out a little bit. And I'll tilt this down so that you can see. I already have, maybe you won't be able to. Well, I guess we won't be able to go to the ground. I'll stay up, all right? So we'll flip. That's how quickly I have to flip for my clients. We'll just do upper body training today. How's that sound? Upper body, we won't do any yoga. I was going to do some yoga with you. Maybe we'll just do some shoulders and some biceps. I used to be able to flip things around, but we've got a new setup, and I can't do it on my phone. So I used to be able to take my phone with you and go mobile, truly go mobile, which is what I enjoy. But we're looking into all this and changing some things around, and I think we might have to do that when we go mobile from here. So how many of you have already worked out? How many of you are ready to work out? I want to take my ring off here. I want to know how many of you are actually going to work out with me, okay? So it's not just me giving you motivation. I'm going to talk to you about supplementation and sweeteners and things that people are looking for when you go shopping, and you're going shopping for your guests this weekend, right? You've got Memorial Day plans. What are you providing for them? So one of the topics that my friend Sherry asked me to cover had to do with artificial sweeteners, So I want you to look. There's a lot of times that things are hidden. It's those hidden sugars. It's the hidden, more so, sweeteners. Now, you remember the stories many, many years ago about the pink packet and how it was linked to cancer. Then they came out with yellow, and then they came out with blue, then they came out with regular sugar and raw sugar, and I know you're so confused. Well, I'm just going to tell you this. Higher blood levels of the artificial sweetener, your erythritol. So I want you to look for erythritol, okay? Erythritol. They are associated with increased risk of heart attack and stroke. The results highlighting the need for further study of the long-term risks for cardiovascular health. Is zero-calorie sweetener linked to strokes? Right? That was another aspect. A new study found a link between that same artificial sweetener and heart attack and strokes. When present in blood, it made it easier for clotting to occur as well, which might contribute to the risk. And that just came out in a study in March of this year. So tell me this, why would you put that in your own body? And why, when you are providing drinks, maybe you were giving some coffee or some tea to your guests this weekend, why would you put something that you think could be at an increased risk for clotting, blood clots, heart attacks, strokes, a laundry list? In the past, like I said, cancer. Why would we do that to our body? I mean, honestly, those are the questions that I have for you. If you really knew, and a long time ago, weeks ago, I told you that I'd love for you to get the book, You, the Owner's Manual, because the more you're actually able to unzip, I want you to think of being able from head to toe, being able to unzip the body and look inside of yourself and see what damage you have done. If we all did that, do you think you'd continue? Answer this for me, please. Would you continue the habits of the way you eat if you truly could see inside of the damage that you're doing? I'm going to give you a little time. I want you to answer that. And while I do that, I'm going to grab some weights. So grab some weights with me. Again, I was hoping to do some yoga, but I can't tilt this down enough, and I don't have a camera person here with me. So let's just do some overhead here. I don't want to hit the light. Answer that. I'm giving you some time. Do some shoulder work with me. Answer that question. If you could open up your body, unzip your body, and you could see the damage that you had done over the years from the artificial sweeteners, from the fat and laden food, from the breaded food, from the fried food, from the sauteed food, if you could literally see what it's doing to the organs, I just want you to answer me honestly. would you continue to eat that way? Okay, so it associates the same way of would you continue to hang around negative people, artificial fake people, when you see the kind of damage that they do to your spirit, to your soul, to your mental health? If you can honestly answer to me, yes, I wouldn't change a thing. Well, then I'm going to get deeper into a talk with you because that doesn't make any sense to me. Let's finish one more thing. Let's do a little overhead press. We're going to do our shoulders. Why not? Let's get our body working while I'm talking to you. This is my multitasking. Trying to change your body, trying to change your mind, trying to change the way you nourish the body. One more. Trying to overall give you the tools that you need to get healthier, to get better. Let's see. All right. Let's take a little breath. We're going to do a triple series in our workout, and then we're going to triple it up. I'm all about threes. You know, by the way, the threes have been in my mind nonstop lately because I looked at the gas station and it's 333 everywhere I go. By the way, 3 is the highest number if you deal in numbers. It's a whole nother topic we can do. Numerology. The best is to operate in threes or prime numbers of threes. Good morning, Sherry. Today's topic is for you. I'm glad you're on. Sherry wanted to talk about the artificial sweeteners, and I looked at all the studies, and yes, heart attack, stroke, blood clotting, cancer, boom, boom, boom. Why are you putting it in your body? I don't get it. I don't get it. And so what we're going to do is give you the alternates. Like some people might say, okay, I do want to make better choices, so what do I need to do? So let's look here. Good morning. TGIF. I've been drinking Body Armor. I don't know what's in Body Armor, so I'd have to look into that. Wish I could and can't wait to get back at it at physical therapy now. Angie, take care of that knee, my friend. Stephanie, good morning. Good morning. All right, Jeannie, grab some weights. I don't care. Actually, do me a favor and tell me what weight. I'm using 15 pounds. We're going to do some upper body since I don't have a way to tilt this down, unfortunately. Thank you. Michelle just said avoid that. Exactly. You can't find artificial sweeteners in Japan. Now, so Sherry and her husband and her 2 children just got back from Japan, so she's sharing a little bit about another culture for us. They say real sugar, correct, or no sugar. In Japan, I learned that their lifespan's a lot longer compared to other countries. They'd keep things pretty simple, and they walk a lot. Yeah, so we're talking to our friends that are in town from Belgium, in the USA from Belgium, and they're talking about the portion sizes. And I was like, yeah, see, so embarrassed by the United States and the amount of portions that you give at restaurants. They were like, holy cow. So we took them to Soda Fountain for their kid yesterday. He's a big eater, by the way. He had a hamburger at lunch, and last night when I was going to bed, he heard my husband say hot dog, and then they were like, un, deux, trois, and he's like, 2. He had 2 hot dogs last night and some chips, and I'm like, oh my God. First of all, hot dogs just turned my stomach, but it's a kid, and I was like, okay, you go at it. I'm so guilty of artificial sweeteners. I've been trying to change it. Okay, Sherry, thank you for the rawness. That is something I ask all of you to do, right? Don't hide. Literally put it out there and say, look, I've done it. I'm trying to change it. Yes, I sure would, and yes, I'm guilty of that stuff. All right, Marilyn, thank you for admitting it. I quit artificial sweeteners a few years ago. Reading labels is a must. It's what I said earlier. I don't care how long it takes you to grocery shop. You just need to read. You also need to educate yourself. Diet soda is horrible for you. It's even in gum. You know what? And I think the gum, I'm so glad you said that, Dana. The gum aspect was a really aha moment when I did the Ultimate Reset, which is a phenomenal program I used to do with a lot of my clients. And boy, does that give you a wake-up call of how you can really ignite the taste buds when you remove all that we're talking about, all those sugars, all the artificial side, no gum. You're not allowed any gum. And so a lot of people are like, oh, but I get dry mouth. And so they say this, right? Drink, 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 more water, more water. And then when you do reintroduce that, oh my gosh, is it so filled with sugar and salt that you're like, I don't like that taste anymore. And you start to change. That's what the program is really about, is start to try to get you to have more aha moments. Not, maybe it's not a cold turkey thing that you switch, but you do small switches. Do all sweeteners contain that? You'd have to look into it. I mean, the thing is, can I say all as a brush stroke? There's too much out there. I could say yes. And then it'd be like, oh, well, okay, never mind. Somebody introduced this one. There's so many now. That's the unfortunate thing. There's so many hidden things, Amy, that it's a really great question. And it's unfortunate that to me, I find it unfortunate the FDA allows so many things to go through, that it's out there for you and you're so confused. Jillian says, I love gum. Yep, a lot of people say that. Did that while on the treadmill? Oh, you did the weights on the treadmill? Fantastic. Wow, that's crazy. I hardly ever use sugar or sweeteners, but sometimes I'll use the packets in tea. Okay, so let's talk about that. That's where I wanted to go next. Sherry said, I love this topic. Portion control, portion control, portion control. This is everything, even with healthy foods. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, Cottleville gas, $2.99. Well, that's a good way to help the community. Tell us where the gas is cheaper. But see, it would take a long time for me to get there, so I'd waste the gas, Maryland. But if you live in St. Charles County, there you go. I use artificial sweetener in my coffee. No more, Pamela. No, we're going to give you an alternate. I can't stand eating a salad bar and buffet because I can't stand seeing people just stuff their faces with plates and plates of food. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of buffets either. It's so hard, it's everywhere. Nope, George, it might be everywhere, but here's what you do. So I actually go to Trader Joe's. A little pro tip for you here. There's a bottle that's about this big of stevia. So stevia is natural and it's from the plant. I did not say Truvia. Truvia is close to it, but stevia is a natural sweetener straight from the plant. And I like to get the organic one that's in a little bottle about this big. It has the tiniest little, I mean, I can't even get tiny enough. It's got a tiny little spoon, and that is all you're supposed to do. It's like right here it's about that big on the inside part of my my pinky nail. It's very tiny, and it's just an aha moment of how much you're really supposed to use. People just pour and pour. I also don't understand when people don't taste their food first and then they pour so much salt. So we could talk about both, right? We're talking about nutrition today. It's the salt aspect and it's the sweetener aspect. Yes, Linda says, stevia. I use stevia. Okay, so I was just getting ready to get into monk fruit next, or monk fruit as an alternative. Monk fruit now, when you go to buy your supplements, when I mentioned I would get into supplements, I want you to find supplements. If you want it easier on your digestive system, find a supplement that is not from a protein powder, let's say this, that's not whey protein, that is animal. Maybe you do a little mixture. Maybe you like the taste of the whey protein a little bit more. You got to do you. But what I'm trying to say is, if you want to give your digestive system a little break, that maybe you do a mixture of vegan and whey, or you go all vegan for a month. Maybe you come back to the whey. I've gone all vegan in my protein, and I've also gone completely into natural sweeteners of stevia or monk fruit. People will literally see me pull it out of my purse and say, what the heck is that? I need to get to Trader Joe's, by the way, because I'm out of my little bottle that I love. But I don't know how many people have used my stevia and they're like, oh, well, I want that. Even though on a regular basis they make the choices to eat to have their sugar and to have their artificial sweeteners, but on a regular basis I will carry with me stevia packets. If you think that I'm kidding, there it is. This is actually stevia in the raw. There we go. Stevia in the raw, little packets of that. So I make sure that I always have it. I believe that might be my last one, so I've got to get to the store. But tell me, can you help the community out? Where do you get yours? So the other aspect is finding alternatives that are natural in life. So let me use this one. For those of you that use soy sauce, okay, I'm giving you some pro tips here. Soy sauce, very high in sugar. Very high in salt. Barbecue sauce, very high in sugar. Okay, so you're going into Memorial Day weekend. These are some of the things you're gonna put out. I want you to go to the store and I want you to make smarter choices, not just for you, but for all of the people that you're taking care of for your holiday spreads. So give them an opportunity to put more of a, sorry, I'm trying to adjust this for you. To give them an opportunity to have something natural so that they don't have to be putting the sweeteners inside of their body that's possibly going to lead them. I mean, think about this, first of all. If someone already is predisposed from a genetic standpoint to heart conditions, strokes, heart attacks, okay, they're predisposed, they have a predisposition to cancers, okay, then they're not taking care of themselves, and then they have another risk factor because they're overweight. There's multiple levels of things working against them, and then what do? You give them an artificial sweetener to make it even worse. Well, way to go. Okay? I'm just getting real with you. I want you to take one extra step when you're at the grocery store, because I think a lot of you are going to do just that today. You're going to run to the grocery store. I'm at the grocery store for a while. My husband will be like, oh, where are you? I am reading. I am making sure that little hidden things that the FDA has allowed are not seeping into my food and making healthier choices. So when I went to buy the food for our guests that are in from Belgium, it was, gosh, I don't know. I don't have a 5-year-old, and I'd love to provide a 5-year-old healthier things, but I know they're going to probably want some muffins and they're going to want some cookies. Okay, fine. Hopefully they don't eat like this on a regular basis. So providing him some healthier choices and introducing him to things that he's never had before that he loves, which made me happy. So parents, when you think you just have to fall prey to, my kids will only eat chicken fingers and French fries. No, how did they ever get to even like that? You introduced them. You introduced them and said, here, have the breaded stuff. And a lot of times I've seen you parents, you just want them out of your hair, so you just give them something to shut them up. I'd love for you to introduce. Open up their palate at a very young age. I love when you do that because you make them very, they're much better into cultures if you introduce at a young age. Think about that. Let's go back to some of your comments. Stevia. Yep, stevia. It is a teeny spoon, not a giant pile of powder like on Scarface. Michelle, you're silly. I'm going to try stevia next time I go shopping. Okay, perfect. I usually use creamer in my coffee, right? See, so there's a lot of things. I just want you to start reading and understanding what is in things. It's just, there's too many hidden things. I think that's the biggest problem. There's too many things that you need to have an awareness and a realization that it's hidden in there and that the FDA does not care. Really, I wish somebody would get into the government side and care more about your health and not allow these things regularly to just slip on by, because unless someone's educating themselves, they don't know what is in it. And they just figure, well, if you're going to allow it as the government, nope, they're not caring about your health.